I don't think you want to see the Sharpie. I'll be right back. It's all off my head. Okay, I'm back, and I was gonna try to peek, but I can't. So, welcome. FYI, that Sharpie, why does it look like that? Look at that, it's all different. Hi. And FYI, that Sharpie is for like sniffing purposes only. Yeah, I said that right. Sniffing purposes only. Smell it? Can you smell it? It's like eucalyptus. That's like, you give me that and the sulfate from the matches and gasoline, and there's one more. Vicks Vapor Rub. I will sit there and I'm like, just enough so I don't get high. I don't know what it's like to get high off of those. Thank God. I probably would not be here today if I knew what it was like to get high off of that. What did my mom, we were moving some stuff, and I was telling her, she's like, oh, I gave you a Sharpie. I was like, oh, but not this type of Sharpie, it's the other one. And I was like, yeah, that's not gonna cut it. She's like, huh? I'm like, oh, I thought you were like for sniffing. And she's like, you fucking, she's like, you're unbelievable. She's like, ever since you were little, they used to catch me in the bedroom with matches. And I'd be like, as a kid, I'd be like, no. It's like the most distinct fucking scent. You know what I mean? No, I'm not lighting fucking matches. I had to have been like, yeah, the sulfur. I had to have been like, I don't know. I was doing it my whole life, and until I learned how to legit light a match. And you could get them in the store for free, right? So I'd always be snagging them. Best smell in the world, still to this day. That and Vicks. So I don't think you can get high off Vicks because you put it on your chest. I think you can get high off that type of maca though. Not positive, but I'm like almost positive you can. But I never sniffed it enough to know. So, Talon's cards came in the mail. I'm going to tell you a funny story. I gave her the wrong, I live in New Hampshire, so instead of NH, I wrote MJ. MJ doesn't even exist for a state, right? So I probably should have told her I was going live. So MJ doesn't even, it's not even a state. So I'm like, oh, I'm never going to get him. Oh, Talon's here. So I'm just telling everyone the story. So anywho, I didn't pick up on it and she didn't pick up on it. And then afterwards, she picked up on it, right? Michael Jackson, yeah. So afterwards, she picked up on it. And I'm like, well, if worse comes to worse, hopefully they get mailed back in your direction. You can just, you know, redirect them or whatnot and send them back. No, I'm like 20 minutes from Boston. And so we're laughing. We're like, oh, man. And sure fucking enough, man, they came in the mail today. Like, what are the chances of that? I know there's a Wyndham, Vermont. I know there's a Wyndham, Maine. I think there's a Wyndham, Montana, or something with an M. So there must not be too many Courtney McGinty's, you know, and probably the zip code too, but it's just like, you think as a postal service that, oh, I wanted to put some oil in my hair. You think as a postal service, they would just send it back to sender. You know what I mean? Like, send it back to sender. They didn't. It came. I got them. So, I've never used them. Me and Talon were just going back and forth. And, so I don't really know how I'm going to use them. But we're going to find out. We're going to find out. You know what I mean, jelly beans? And yes, I'm going to use this shirt for my hands because it's an indoor shirt. You just hear what I said? And yeah, I'm going to wipe my hands and get oil on this shirt because it's an indoor shirt. Yeah, it didn't really make much sense, did it? Basically, if it's an indoor shirt, I don't give a shit what I look like. That's basically what that's saying. So, anywho, she sent me 3 decks, which was a surprise because I was only supposed to get 2. So there's a little bonus deck in there. Bonus deck, a little bonus. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Hello. Hello. I figured out there's a light right here. Didn't really do much. If my ma came down, she'd be like, holy shit. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4 lights on in my bedroom. So I'm just gonna shut the door so I don't get yelled at. I feel like a kid. Let me shut the door so I don't get yelled at, because I'd seriously get yelled at. 4 fucking lights, Court, really? I'm pretty sure I'm paying that bill anyway. But that wouldn't matter. That wouldn't matter. It'd still be like, really, Court? So it's just gonna be a collective read. And we got Universal Love Oracles here. I'm just gonna pull one. I saged them and I had my crystals on them. So there's that. So universal energy. We got a message from afar. So I don't know if that's spirit or there's a message coming in. Bottom of the deck, spiritual growth. So let me find out. Message from afar. Do you have a courage to live your dream? Let it unfold within your soul. Listen to your inner voice. Be yourself. Do what your heart asks you to do. Dance when no one's watching. Think about eternity. Feel the breeze and trees. Love that fills will surround you. Love yourself unconditionally no matter what. Think about the thousands of years from now and a million years from now. Okay. Every situation you find yourself in, when it's regarding love and wisdom, always make the best of life. Focus on what you have and not what you don't, and be grateful and show compassion for those around you if need be, and smile more often. So be authentic. Be authentic. Okay? Alrighty then. Thanks, Talon. Alright. Which ones do I want to do first? Let's do these ones. Let's do these ones. I feel like by looking at it, it has to do with universal messages, obviously, right? But like, I feel like there's a message coming. Whether it's from spirit or someone, like obvious. All right. Mystic Moon Oracles. Current energy. Message in the bottle. That's too many, but the one that flipped was forgiveness. So you might need to forgive someone or forgive yourself. Really? That's a whole lot. Message in a bottle. Oh my goodness, they want to talk. Freaking flying out of my hands. Unawakened. Okay, so this has got to be somebody you're dealing with. I would think, not necessarily as a collective, someone can obviously, you could be unawakened, right? But since you're getting a message from afar, maybe it's something like that, and you have a fresh start. I'll show you all these in a minute. Let me just grab a couple more. So again, you might need to forgive somebody in order to have a fresh start. And there's something that's going to go down in the fall. Okay, so we have forgiveness. Unawakened. So you could be dealing with somebody who's unawakened. There's going to be a fresh start for some of you guys in the fall. So when's the first day of fall? I don't know if somebody wants to Google that. Right now, someone's either trying to forgive themselves, something understanding. This is kind of telling me that somebody needs to still wake up to something. Okay, so patience is needed. All right, so, and then we have action. So, I'm glad I'm reading these cards this way because I've never used them. I've never even seen cards like this. So yeah, first day of fall. Tuesday the 22nd of September or October or November. Jesus. October, right? Yeah, October. Fucking October? September? This month? No fucking way. Seriously? Oh yeah. Alright, so that's right around the corner. I'm feeling more like pumpkin time though, okay? So I'm feeling October. And there's a pumpkin right here. But if it makes you feel better, a couple of my neighbors got pumpkins out already. It's like, Mingy, put the fucking pumpkins away. Jesus, can we get to fall before you do this? So, I mean, it could be work, a lot of things. I'll clarify. But I also want to use this other deck. Any other messages for the next couple days for the collective? This one's called The Hidden Truth. Message in a bottle. I feel you leaving me behind. That's probably what the forgiveness is and all that stuff because we got a fresh start here. So somebody's starting to pick up on that. You don't know how hard it is to let you go. Holy shit. These cards are talking to you guys. For sure. It was my fault, but I blamed you. So I don't know what that's regarding. So that's like a message for somebody. So obviously someone's leaving someone behind and there's a fresh start. I want to tell you how I feel. All right. And at the bottom of the deck, I wish things could be different. So this is definitely an ending for a new beginning because you have a fresh start right here and it looks like it's coming at fall. So anywhere from September 22nd, I'd say until October. Because I'm really feeling, look at the darkness. When it starts getting darker, you know, the time change. And I know it's happening here in New England too, okay? So there's someone unawakened that needs forgiveness, still going through some stuff, and then there's going to be a fresh start. What deck do I want to use? I'm done. Hi, babe. You done with school? That's awesome. You want to text Bonnie and let her know because she'll probably leave soon. You want to go to the dog park with her? Sure. Yeah, text her and let her know. So, it's definitely an ending here. I feel you leaving me behind. You don't know how hard it is to let you go. It was my fault, but I blamed you. This, I want to tell you how I feel. I feel is like in a whole nother category with action. So, what is this unawakened? Message in a bottle. Eight of Swords. So this is the one that's still stuck, that's spending our energy. Or you, but is about to wake up. Okay. So what is this fresh start? Three of Coins, maybe teamwork. But what is this fresh start? It was at the bottom of the deck. I felt my fingers got stuck on it. So, got the Seven of Coins. You're going to have to invest whatever time is needed. And you got to water your garden, right? This is the one where the coins are being watered. And this is the fresh start. So, it's going to be a little bit... You're going to have to decide whether or not you want to invest or not. You can leave it open. Fall. What's this fall? What's coming in the fall? What's this fall card? King of Swords. So whomever you're dealing with, they're kind of stressed out right now, which makes sense because it looks like they're leaving something behind. What's this action? The Sun and the Strength. So taking action towards a Leo. These are two cards, a Leo, or just moving forward with the Death card. Okay, so taking action. Let's get more about this awakening, this unawakened, because this person is unawake and feeling stuck. It's obviously the same energy we've been reading. But, Magician, talking about a new start. Okay. Thanks, Nikki. I just got a quick little glimpse of something. So, I feel bad leaving you behind. Five of Swords and the Six of Cups. So it's just leaving the past with the Eight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. I love that these cards are talking to each other. You don't know how hard it is, or it was, to let you go. So this is somebody where your mindset's already like, I know I gotta let you go. But this is like lingering energy, so I don't really need to clarify that. It was my fault, but I blamed you. You would know what that's regarding. So I want to tell you how I feel. What's that? I want to tell you how I feel. The Wheel. So somebody wants a new start with the Four of Cups. Somebody wants to offer something to somebody again. Okay? So if you got out of a situation where it's an ending, you know, it was really hard. Obviously, there's some massive karma here. This is a karmic relationship that just everybody needed to move forward. We know how hard it is for that. That's a given. The person you're dealing with is unawakened, okay? But it's gonna wake up real soon, and want a fresh start with someone. You must know who this is, or this is just somebody that's letting their past go to have a fresh start in general. And it looks like an energy shift is coming in the fall, this fresh start. So, and we've been reading that anyway. Okay. So, there's clarity coming, so it's someone's going to take action here. I'm going to open the door for you. I don't know why she shut it. I do want to find out about this forgiveness. Yeah. Something must have went down because you got the Knight of Cups and the Nine of Cups. So somebody caught feelings for somebody else. And it's extremely difficult. That's a given. I mean, anyone that finds themselves in that situation with the Five of Coin, you know, please forgive me. Someone chose a new direction. We all know is extremely difficult. I want more of this unawakened energy. King of Coin. Five of Cups, Page of Wands. So yeah, upset. So someone you're dealing with is dealing with all this, and then all of a sudden they wake up and they want a fresh start. Okay? So that's coming in. Let's do another one. Let's do another one. Thanks, Talon. I like these cards. I like these cards, and they're definitely talking to each other. They do. Hey, Nick. Yeah, they're talking. They're talking to us. Were they not talking for you? They're talking for us. So, let's get a quick over the weekend. No, I always felt like you needed them. It's funny because you know how I've been wanting to do my own deck. It's very similar to words like that, just a one message word. And I wasn't even thinking about that part of it. I was just gonna make the image so prominent it didn't need a word. Like I don't even want to say because I don't want someone to take the idea. But it's very similar. So thank you. All right, so quick over the weekend. So the first read we did obviously was, you know, to kind of give you a little heads up on when there might be a little bit of a turnaround. So we have winter. What's going down in the winter? Well, don't tell me what's going down in the winter yet. Communication. Crossroads. This is this weekend's energy. So someone's at the crossroads wanting to communicate. Something that has to do with winter. Reinventing yourself. Balancing the scales. So it's like a brand new you coming as soon as you hit this crossroads, and then it's like a lot of things come into balance. What is this winter? Commitment. So something's gonna kick off. If this is all meshing, right, it looks like something will probably start slowly in the fall, try to come back together. And because I'm reading this off weekend energy, right? And then you got commitment in the winter. And that actually makes a lot of sense, guys, because if you think about it, this person's just getting out of, or you guys, an awful situation, a karmic relationship, something they can't go back to. It's dead, it's over, it's painful, it takes time. So there might be dating and communication, you guys hooking up and getting together and being intimate and sharing things, right? But that commitment that you guys might really want is coming in the winter. Okay? This person's coming in the fall. So anywhere, I'd say, I feel like you're still talking to this person. One card's flipped. Okay, I'll look. I feel like you're still talking. Thank you, sweetie. To this person, but nothing's really gonna like really pick up until fall, and then that commitment would make sense that it would take place more in the winter. Okay. And somebody noticed there was a flipped card. So let's see. I don't see it. There was one earlier that I picked up on and I checked. Oh, did you want to know what it was? I don't know. Oh, you're right. There is a flipped card. Look at you. Guide. So something's being guided. Okay, this commitment, this union, whatever it is being guided. Or balancing of the scales, because that came out too, is being guided. Okay. So awesome sauce. Let's find out about this communication. What'd Lonnie say?
She's not going until like 4.
Oh. The answer is yes. I'm going to clarify these, obviously. What's the crossroads? And this is like weekend energy, right? So, crossroads is a barrier, blockage, destruction. Okay, so somebody's in a shitstorm. All right, and this is what this energy needs to get out of, but we're kind of already aware of that. They might be doing a little nostalgia right now. What's this reinvention? So this is coming up with a new idea, a new plan, a new you. It's gonna help. So over the weekend, it's gonna be tough. This energy just doesn't go away. You know, patience. So that's like a massive transition. What is the balancing of the scales? Struck and grief, like grief struck. So somebody, and then you got healing at the bottom of the deck, okay, with an offer coming in. So things just need to be balanced. I feel like, for some reason, I feel like this is like another energy being like in shock. I don't know if it's necessarily the same one. I don't know if I can clarify with these cards, but I'm going to try. So tell me about this commitment in the winter. We both know. No, that's way too many. You're not the best thing in my life. You were the best thing in my life. I don't know if these are going to work. Tell me about winter. You knew you were the best thing in my life. So I don't know if something happened and you guys are going to rekindle. I wonder if you're happy without me. I'm not going to use these to clarify that. Because it went right back to, you know, how hard it was to let you go. So some of you might actually rekindle with somebody. Some of you might even get engaged because she's wearing an engagement ring. Someone's union is protected here because it's being guided. So there's going to be some grief and sorrow throughout the weekend. Some type of storm. Be patient on yourself. Tell me about this commitment. So things are going to get real serious. 10 of Cups. It's all about your contentment with the King of Cups. Stuff's going to get real serious in the winter with who whomever it is you're dealing with, because this is like weekend energy. So this is giving you a little insight, a little bit of a future read. Okay, so yeah.
Wondering where Max is?
No. Oh yeah, in the box I saw him. I know.
He blends in, so don't put him away.
I don't put him away.
I'm gonna close this because I'm putting quiet.
Okay. What's this communication? The moon and the 8 of coins. So working together. What's this answer to the yes? It's still up in the air though. Ace of coins. So that commitment's coming in. Okay. We know what's going down with the crossroads, but let's find out what this destruction is. To me, it's like, it's that tower. I think water had that tower. Queen of Wands, Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I wonder if you're going to get, if someone's going to put you, or this is destructive. Remember how the ex was coming in as the Queen of Wands trying to be seductive? I wonder if this is her and it's just going to backfire. Because I don't know though, because at first when it came out, this is like temptation, sexual temptation, but there's like a barrier. So I don't know who created the barrier. But if you ask me, it was a smart move. Because there is a effing shitstorm. I feel like this is the collective. With Temperance and the 9 of coin. Yeah, like you're good. The Emperor is reversed, so they might be a little pissy or confused. Or they're the ones at their crossroads. What's this patience? So you might have to create that barrier because there's a lot of chemistry between you guys. But let somebody wrap up what needs to be wrapped up. And then Temperance with patience, which is the same thing. The Knight of Swords. So just have a little patience because there's some harsh shit going down. And this grief. I feel like this is like the Tower, but it's like karma doing its thing. It's, to me, it's like the Wheel and the Tower. Yeah, 4 of Swords. So healing, and then there's the Tower. With the 10 of Swords. So there's something that's definitely over. Knight of Cups, 7 of Swords, the Devil, the Emperor, that's something like, damn. Okay, so, and this is past pain too. It's like, it was whatever was being held on to, stuck, because it's the 4 of Swords. So it's like feeling stuck too, going within, can't do much. It could be a card of depression once in a while. But this is like the Tower over the weekend. So it's good you have that barrier because the Queen of Wands and the Ace of Wands is not coming in. That's like sexual energy. This person doesn't need sexual energy right now. Or you don't. You know what I mean? So you might have to put a barrier up over the weekend. Because just you need patience and time. You know what I mean? Things need to fall into place. What else about this Queen of... Let's find out what's going on with the Queen of Wands in this deck. Sheldon, you're making a ruckus. You got Return. I mean, that could be, what's this Return? for a coin, but like hold them back. 10 of Swords. So some of you, this is the other woman, and there's a barrier. So this one's coming back this weekend or something like that and returning. Little to their knowledge or your knowledge. We obviously know because we've been watching, okay? But this is, they're going to hold back. They're setting boundaries and barriers too. It's over with the 10 of Swords. So they're not going to fall for it. I don't know if this one's going to be like, oh, I'm horny, I haven't had sex. But she's trying. She's trying real hard to come in. But there's a barrier there. So I don't think you need to worry about it. Don't let this energy get the best of you guys. I know how you can get caught up and get real upset and bent out of shape because what if she's always around? It's the kid's mom. See, the Empress is 8 of Cups. But they're walking away from it, okay? But I know how, like, energy can get like really upset or depressing because they're around each other and chances are something could always happen, so you worry. You know what I'm saying? But you don't need to worry because this energy put a boundary up. But she's gonna try. So don't worry about it. All right. We'll do one more and then we'll wrap it up. Let's just see what the new moon is bringing us. So it's probably like another week or two tops of energy. Really like a week. Because the new moon is not at the strongest. Full moon is at its strongest, right? So it's at the weakest point, but still strong. This Virgo new moon is kicking my ass. I feel better today, but man, it was brutal. So, new moon in Virgo, the rest of the moon in Virgo. I'd say about a week or so. Let's see what we get. We have nostalgia, bringing back memories. I know I have a couple friends that are doing that. That usually happens around Mercury, but we got refocus. Divine timing. So something is at play. Then you got the divine masculine. Unawakened. The bottom of the deck, you got a new direction. We knew that was happening anyway. So, message in a bottle. What is this nostalgia? I don't know if I can read it this way. I'm going to try though. Conclusion. So that's getting wrapped up. Refocus. So you could be redirecting. You got fall. So any day now. So let somebody just gather themselves. What is this divine timing? There's a barrier. Let's get one more. The answer is yes, but the divine, there's a barrier, and the divine right now has something to do with that. Somebody must really need to see something. Tell me about this divine masculine. got to be done the right way, right? What does that say? Observer. All right, so they're observing. They're kind of in the dark. You wouldn't even know it. Kind of watching. Going through your social media. There could be a fake name, fake username someone's using, because all I see is the question mark. I'm assuming that's what it's trying to say. You know what I mean? Like a fake username, or, you know, but somebody, the divine masculine is watching you. And then with the unawakened, we got release, and then we got union. Okay, so it's, something's being released, and then there's some type of union. But we knew that. We knew something was coming together right around anywhere from here to something else. Here from the next week or two and into fall, and then that commitment, that what I think what you guys really want and looking for is going to be in the winter. But something's going to come together in the fall. Like their energy will really be more focused on you, or vice versa. What's this release? Divine feminine. So they got to release, and then patience, somebody else, and then there's a union. Okay, so meanwhile he's kind of stalking you. Something will come together in the fall, so now until October. And if somebody's reminiscing, that's a wrap up or conclusion. And this barrier is the universe is putting a barrier on things too, making sure somebody goes in a new direction, making sure their focus is redirected, all that. So whatever's going down is actually very strategic right now, and it's the way the universe is playing it out too, guys, actually. So when the universe interferes like that, like I said, a lot of things are out of your control, but they want something to go down a certain way, and lessons learned the right way. Because this person that you're in with too, whoever this other person is also karmic, guys. But I will tell you, this karma can turn into dharma if things are done right. So, but the lesson comes before the blessing. See what I'm saying? So let's see if I can get any messages out of this deck for Virgo new moon. Talon, I feel like I'm in a freaking Buddha shop right now. I'm laughing at her because her incense in her house, like the way they're all in a box with her incense. I'm like, what did you spray the cards? She's like, no. She's like, it's just my incense. I was like, yeah, well, they smell like they just came out of a Buddha shop. They smell sweet though. Okay, so I hid really who I am for you. I replayed conversations over and over. So somebody's obviously hiding the way they feel. Definitely have an overthinker. I know, Talon, this deck is killing me the most. You know me, I'm like so sensitive. I love it though. Thank you. Stick them in the window. It was my fault, but I blamed you. So that wants to come out again. So I don't know who's playing the blame game here. Okay. And then it says, I'm thankful for the spiritual lesson, and being next to you is intoxicating. I think that's a good thing, right? Being next to you is intoxicating. Is that like, is that a good thing? Right? Help me out, guys. Never used this deck. I'm guessing. I would take that like as, like you're turning someone on, right? Like the smell is intoxicating. It's like, yeah, okay. So somebody's obviously not telling you exactly how they feel right now. They probably know they're going through a huge lesson right now. All right, and everything else. Let's see what else. Goddess. Spiritual growth keeps coming in at the bottom. Message in the bottom. It's all about using your intuition and reflection. We have all this nostalgia, so. Look at the image and see what feelings emerge. The lady in the picture with the moon reflecting behind her is here to remind you of your intuitive creative power that is somewhat faded over the last few months. There is much to be gained by reconnecting with your intuitive creative power, with your very essence of life and creation. All it takes is you to look inside, pay attention to what you feel, your heart, and let go of the inner goddess shine through. For she holds the power for the entire universe, and as such as you do. So, this is basically saying for the last couple months, you've been slacking. That's how I'm taking it. Because it's that power has faded over the last couple months. So you could have been in some type of depression, you could have been slacking, but the feminine energy is definitely rising, okay? You could have been dealing with this for the last couple months and it's been throwing you way the fuck off. You know what I mean? And now that you don't even, and it's not because somebody's coming back at you necessarily per se or somebody new. It's more like now that something's open, whether it comes back around or not, you know, certain stuff, like I can just tell it's different. The energy is shifting. You know what I mean? I think you paid a lot of attention before you were like, fuck this, or I'll try to work with it. But this is different. Like the way everything's being processed and the way people are learning, it's actually being learned the right way. Okay, so this, whatever went down the last couple months with this person has definitely thrown you off your game. But you're about to get back on track. And I think you're doing it without this person in your life. You might be talking to him, but you're doing this on your own because the way you played out your own karma. Because your karma, for a majority of you, is turning into Dharma. You know what I'm saying? And if you picked up that this energy is throwing you off and you've been slacking, then you're definitely transforming your energy. You know what I mean? So the feminine energy is most definitely shifting. All right, so if you're single, let's do one if you're single, like completely single, like you're not thinking of an ex, you could care less if anyone comes back, you're open to pretty much anything, like you're down, there's nothing holding you back. There's not too many of you that are like that. Don't fool yourselves. Because if you're still holding on and you're like, oh, I just want a distraction, that's not single. There's a big difference, and we'll probably need to have that conversation one day. Soon. I don't think Plenty of Fish is a bad idea per se. I was on Plenty of Fish a few years ago. I met a couple good people, but then I met a lot of lousy people. And I didn't stay on it very long. I did it for a distraction, and it worked. But when I say like single, this is like you're not holding on to no one. No one. And not too many people can say that because they're always holding on to hope of something, or I just want this to be done because it hurt me and I want someone new. Well, did you heal? Have you worked on you? You know, nothing's got to be holding you back. Like, you got to be ready to fucking go. It's all right if you always think of an ex here and there per se, Nick, but if you're holding on that they're going to come back, that's different. So single. What's coming in for the rest of September? Single. All the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single men, all the single men. There's a barrier. There's a barrier. I hate to tell you. It's like your own muse right here too. But you have an offer coming. Looks a little dark. But like fun dark. Like, ooh. Like if you like to be tied up dark. I don't know. I don't know. It looks fun to me. I don't know how I'm picking up fun. But I'm picking up fun. I know it's like, that's dark, Courtney. I don't get it. But there's something about it. Like, I don't know if maybe it's Scorp energy, like dark. Like, it doesn't have to be dark or dominant like that. But like, yay, energy. That type of thing. To me, anyway. But there's still a barrier, guys. Let's wait till my... Ain't nothing holding me back. Solitude. So you've been keeping to yourself. Something about springtime. These seasons really want to come out for you. Did something happen in the spring where you felt like, not victimized, but you're reminiscing about something that went down in the spring? Or somebody that you met in the spring might come back around. Think back to like, it's pulling me to like April, May. Like April. So I feel like this could even be, so there's going to be understanding. So some of you might actually know this person, or you're going to understand why you've been single since spring, or you're going to understand why you had to wait until spring. But I don't think this is one of those things where you have to wait till spring. I think for some of you, something went down in the spring. I don't know if you went into like hermit mode. You offered... You found yourself in the spring. You started understanding more in the spring. Because this has to do with what went down of last spring. And I think it has to do with this offer. So some of you... past might come back. I know not everybody likes hearing that. Or there's going to be something that's like, oh, wait a minute. That crossed my mind last spring. Or, I don't know, but with understanding here, it's like you're going to get it. Like you understand something when something clicks. What's this barrier? And you got a light. I mean, you got guided. So yeah, it's like a, I don't know, it's like a universal barrier again. And there's a good freaking reason. Because something's being guided by your guides. So that's telling me something's being aligned. What is this offer? I feel like you're going to like this offer. Contemplation. So it might be someone you know. So you're going to contemplate communicating with somebody or whatever comes at you. You're going to contemplate. So some of you, it's either what you went through or somebody from last spring is going to come back in September, something like that. What's this solitude? This is, to me, is your own inner peace. Well, this is you being like, oh, I get it. And you've been in this situation. No, there was a third party. Like you were bound to something. And you guys separated and you got forgiveness. So I'm sorry. I know you guys don't like hearing this, but for some reason, somebody from your past is coming back. And it probably had to do with spring. There was too many people in the picture. What's this spring card? So you can prepare yourselves for that. But you might be understanding. Yeah, in the spring, settling, but then you have union. So, I don't know if this was a situation where you settled and you shouldn't have, or they settled. What is this settling? Separation. So they separated or you did. And forgiveness again. So someone's coming back at you. What's this understanding? So you're going to contemplate. I don't know if you want it or not, but this is guided. So I feel like there's got to be a lesson here. Understanding. So somebody regrets the decision they made. Someone's just seeing something. They're just getting it. Okay. So I don't necessarily see anybody new for you guys right this second. And I don't even know if you want this back, to be honest with you. Communicate clearly. Take action. So don't hesitate if communication comes in. Be honest about how you feel within the next few weeks, which we knew that anyway, that it was coming in sometime September, but that September's wrapping up. So within the next few weeks, the Emperor's coming back. The boys are back in town. What's this contemplation? Well, we know that's, I don't know what to do, all right? 5 of coin. So they probably left you in the cold or you left them in the cold. Some of you might just block it and say it's a wrap. There was some type of too much drama around. There was some type of separation in the spring. Someone settled for something that obviously was not good when they could have had something more. But hey, everything goes down the way they're supposed to, and now somebody's regretting it. Page of coin. Yeah, they just didn't let something grow. It was just stagnant. Someone's gonna, with judgment here, someone's gonna want a second chance with you. And it'll probably be out of the blue with the tower being there. Okay, so there's that. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. I should have wrote down the little mini reads. I did 4 of them, right? All right, what time is it? Anyone know what time it is? Oh, it's 1:43. All right, I got a couple things to do. I might come back. If not, have a fantastic weekend, or I might come back this weekend. You know me, but then whenever I say it, I don't, so I don't really want to say it. I don't really want to say it. So, let's get one of these cards for the weekend. What your thoughts are, what their thoughts are. Jeez, these are the cards. I feel like I'm in a Buddha shop. This is, I mean, I love incense, Talon, and don't get me wrong, but this is one of those times where I'm like thankful for my mask. Whew. I am not available. So somebody is non-available, which makes sense. We knew that somebody was shutting down someone this weekend. I wish I could take back my words. That was actually at the gist of the bottom of the deck. So there's going to be some harsh words and harsh communications. Okay? So, and this is somebody who doesn't really react when people mention you or something. It's just kind of like mute or I'm not available or... But no, this isn't mute. I wish I could take it back. So I feel like somebody says something. I just put that deck away. I just wanted one card. How the frig did this just happen? Because this is two different people. I'm not available. What energy is I'm not available? And then I feel like there's something else where Two of Coin, juggling Five of Cups. So they're not, someone's not having it. I wish I could take back my words. Six of Swords with the Five of Cups again. So somebody's leaving the scene. That's it. It's a wrap with somebody. I wish I could take back my words. I don't know if it's the same energy or if it's somebody else's regret or something like that. The Hierophant. So it could be a Taurus or a Pisces with the Hangman, because somebody's like, man, I wish I did something differently now, but it doesn't matter. It's not going down. Three of Swords, it's just yada yada. Okay, so anywho, Talon, if you're here, thanks for the cards. It was a fun read. I like it. I like this deck. And I love you guys. And maybe I'll see you tomorrow. I love you. 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 So, hold on. I wanted to play one of these earlier too. Animal Spirit, an animal card. I meant to throw you one for those that are still here. I know probably some of you bounced off, but I meant to throw this first on Weekend Energy. I love this deck. I usually just use it for myself. And I don't read on me that often at all either. Weekend Energy. Some insight on Weekend Energy. I'm going to read from the book. I don't want to give kind of my opinion because this is something obviously earthworm. This is earth energy too. A message from Spirit. Message in a bottle. Earthworm, shy, hesitant, reluctant, share the inner vision. We have all felt the woes of the earthworm at some point along the way. The earthworm indicates that a newbie or a new working new to establish confidence in a new field or a situation. But it is important to remember how you once felt the old energy too. This card is a reminder not to be intimidated or lose hope. Mastery takes time and you're on the right track. Besides, rumor has it, in the beginning, the mind offers the most valuable sight. So when you're in balance, you're intelligent, honest, valuable. When you're out of balance, you're self-conscious and unappreciative, and I don't feel like you are. But to bring into balance, sometimes you got to make an ass out of yourself or take a risk or speak up, okay? So hard not to give my opinion, but just not to be intimidated, okay? And especially if you're working or something, a lot of people like won't take your work as valued or something, you know what I mean? And it's like, but you actually have way more of a fresh perspective than somebody that can be in a rut that's been doing it for a long time. Okay, so no matter what area it is in your life, don't be intimidated and Just don't be intimidated. Okay? I love you guys. And we'll talk when we talk. You guys are very welcome. Thanks, Talon, for the decks. I like them. I like you, Lottie. I love you guys. Bye.